What is up, everybody? Welcome, and hope everybody's doing well. So, today I wanted to talk about a couple of things. The first one is about another podcast that I'm starting. So, I'm starting a podcast. It's called Homefront Healing, Veteran Parents with PTSD. So, as you guys can probably tell from the title of the podcast, it's for veteran parents that have PTSD, mainly, or for people who know veteran parents with PTSD that maybe are afraid or don't know how to get help. This actually means quite a bit to me. The reason for that is I am one of those parents. Not only do I have PTSD, I am a veteran parent as well, and I was one of those parents that was afraid to get help. It took, the first time, it took a pretty tragic episode, I'll say, to spark the desire to go get help. And then everything got better. And then when everything got better, I stopped getting help. And we moved from New York to North Carolina. And I really didn't think I needed the help anymore. And I was very mistakenly wrong. And luckily, I had a fellow veteran friend that I also worked with that talked me into going back to get help again. And I've been working on it since. It is not easy. It's not easy admitting that you need help. It is not easy. It's not easy getting help. It's not easy working on yourself. All of it is very hard. So, it's not up quite yet. I'm taking a little extra time with this one because it's something very important to me. So I will let you guys know once it is up and running, just in case you know somebody that needs help. Because I will have links to resources to get help. And eventually, when my team of experts, for me, meaning when they think I'm ready, I will offer my own help that I can to anybody that needs it. But right now I was kind of advised not to do that.
There you go.
So, like I was saying, I will give you more information as information is available. It's just taking a little bit more time. On a much lighter note, I have more soccer stories. So I've had a couple of soccer games since my last episode. My 9 and 10-year-old team is still struggling. We are getting better, which is the important part. But we're having a hard time. And my 3 and 4 team is still kicking butt. And they are so much fun to watch. It's a lot less me. So first of all, my wife actually does the majority of the heavy lifting for my 3 and 4-year-old team, because she's amazing like that. And besides that, it's a lot more fun to watch the little ones play because they're just so darn cute, you know. They're just running around and kicking the ball in either goal. It doesn't really matter. And we had an impromptu game of hide and seek at halftime today, which was amazing. My son was the instigator of hide and seek, so it was nice to see him kind of being a leader in that, and all the kids just kind of followed suit. So that was very cute. I know, they say at this age you're not supposed to keep score, and it's not kept in the records. Just really for me, and if any of the other parents ask. But we did win again today, so we're 2-0, which is nice. Versus my older kids, who are 0-2. I wish I could get them to listen really half as well as the younger kids do, because the younger kids, you tell them to pause, they'll pause. Tell them to run and kick the ball, they run and kick the ball, even if it's the wrong way. I mean, they still are doing what I asked them to do, run and kick the ball. So that is, that's really the crux of it, right? Because I tell them, my older team, to spread out, so they can cover a person and be available for passing, and they don't. I say, okay, pass the ball. They don't. I tell them to use their voices. They're outside. They don't. And it seems like whatever I ask them to do, they do the exact opposite. Now, I understand that they are 9 and 10. And yes, I have raised a couple 9/10-year-olds myself. And I know that is their nature. And I'm kind of taking okay, you don't want to listen, then we're just going to kind of let you guys dig your own grave. Kind of stance, because, to go back on my previous, what I was talking about a little bit, I can't personally, get overheated and start yelling at kids, because then I go too far, and then it's not enjoyable, and I don't want that to be the case. So I kind of just don't at all. I tell them they're doing a great job, just keep trying, what a coach is supposed to do. Lift the kids up, don't break them down. Even though the military side of me wants to break them down first and then build them back up, because that's the way I was trained, right? That's the way that's the way they get us to kind of listen and just kind of follow instruction, right? Is they break us all the way down in basic training, and then they build us all the way back up again. But when they build us up, they're building us up as one unit, right? It's one team. It's not I. It's us, or we. And I still talk about like that a lot when I talk about things, we this, or us, or, something along those lines. I very rarely, unless I'm talking directly about me, use the term I. When I am talking to my children, I say, we don't do that. Because it's we, it's us. We are in this together. I'm teaching my child something that we as people shouldn't, as humans, shouldn't do, right? So, an example, today, at my 3 and 4-year-old game, my son, pushed another little boy, during the game. So, my wife, had him sit down because that's what needed to happen, first of all. And as we sat down, I told him, I'm like, we don't push our friends because we, as people, as humanity, should not be pushing our friends. And that's kind of what I want to teach him. That's what I want to teach all the kids, right? Even when kids, even when Michael, my oldest, was growing up. It was, we don't do that, we don't do this, or this is what we should do. Right? Or is there something that we should say to our friends when we do something? So that's kind of the mentality that I have, and I think a lot of that is because of the military. And I think it's a great thing. So I will continue to do that because it seems to work okay. My older two don't seem to push or shove too many other people besides their siblings, and I still have to remind them that we don't do that. But what are you gonna do? They're teenagers, angst and all. So that was really all I had for today. I wanted to talk a little bit about my other podcast that is coming up at a later date, and I want to talk about soccer games. So thank you for listening, and I hope y'all have a great rest of your day.